he did already announce that his final tournament is going to be this week. He's going to try and play in KSL, and he is still, I think, in the Pigsty Festival. Actually haven't checked in on the update or the results on that. Hold on. Pigsty Festival. As we're getting into the grand finals, getting into game number 1, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Monty Hall, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. Oh, proxying across the map. Oh wait, no, sorry. Just sending out his probe early on. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brood War Zerg player. Did pick Zerg. We have the Brood War Zerg. It is Dark. Here we go, and yes, Dark's final tournaments are going to, as we are just checking the center expansion, but Dark's final tournament is going to be the Pigsty Festival as well as KSL this weekend. Did already announce that last week, so we're covering Dark while we can, as much as we can, as Dark does take the northern base. So he does expand here on the northern lane. Also, welcome one to Monty Hall. If you haven't seen this map before, it's one of my favorites, I'll be honest. I do love Monty Hall dearly here, as Gerald, as Monty Hall is almost like a MOBA map where there are 3 lanes. There's a top lane, bottom lane, and mid lane as well, and each lane here is walled off by minerals, so you have to mine through these minerals to gain access to said lane to expand and take your natural, your third, your fourth base. We did feature this map earlier with Quanta and Young Yakov. We did see Dark, he does go for a gaseous opener. Dark, he's very fond of this. We did see Dark do this, I think, last week against Classic, or 2 weeks ago against Classic, where Classic did punish Dark. But this time there's no Classic, we have Geralt instead. Dark does go for a very greedy build, going hatch before spawning pool. And basically what happens here, if Dark ever gets harassed in any of these bases, he can always pull away. He can always pull away his workers and transfer to another expansion instead, bearing in mind that units cannot traverse through these walls without the minerals being mined through. So adept harass is limited. Likewise, Dark, he also confirms the expansion of Geralt. So he knows that Geralt, he takes the center base. So Dark, he knows not to open certain areas up, to make sure that adept harass is limited. As Dark, he goes for a third hatchery, and again, all gasless. All gasless. Again, Dark, if he can get away with it, he will cut as many corners as possible. So gasless opener here by Dark. Does go gasless. Likewise, droning, saturating, just making nothing but drones. That's all he can make. Just pure, Jesus, just pure drones here out of Dark. You can see Dark, he does open up the northern attack path, the northern base, the top lane, if you will. Does completely open up top lane, but the center and bottom lane are closed off, in a sense. They're closed off to units. Meanwhile, Twilight Council opener out of Geralt. Does go Twilight Council from here. We can go into Glaive Ebb, so we can go into a DT base opener. Rover, I'm feeling Dark Templar again, but we'll keep an eye on Geralt. He's already shown this off once before against Young Yakov. That was over on Fighting Spirit, if you recall. Meanwhile, Dark going to be opening up Hydras, now taking his gases, skipping Link Speed. Meanwhile, we're just waiting for our tech. Twilight Council is complete. Staying in gas. Yep, and there it is, Dark Shrine. So it is going to be a DT opener into Archon drop from the side of Geralt. Now, this is a really nice way to open up on this map, just because if we open up with Adept Harass, as I mentioned, Adepts are quite limited in what they can accomplish here, but with a Warp Prism, with Archons, you can pick up, you can drop, and you can rotate between these lanes and between these bases. Now, as the game is progressing, now we can see Dark opening up. Now he's opening up these attack paths, which is going to be crucial when it comes to defending against these Archons. Overlord comes in, the Overlord does scout the Dark Shrine, but we actually, ¿por qué no los dos? We're going for both here. We have the Dark Shrine and we have Charge on the way. Is this a fake out? I think it, like, we're only on, oh, never mind. No, it's very real. I was like, is this just to make it look like we're researching something to fake out Dark? No, it's 2 gateways at the natural, and we have a massive gateway explosion. We have 6 gates in the main. It's going to be a 2 base, 8 gate all in. So 2 base, 8 gate charge all in with Dark Templar and Archon support. It's all or nothing for Geralt. It is going to be all or nothing. Hydras are amassing here for Dark. Getting into plus on range, getting into Hydra speed. Of course, does open up all of his bases, so now we can rotate between them. Here we go. And remember, we do kick things off with the DT Harass, with the Dark Templar. So Dark Templar, they warp in. Dark, he does spot this, he does react. Hydras are racing on over. He's going for the expansion. And can he get it? Oh, cannot. He cannot hear the Hydras, they do keep up. They will zone away. They get a couple hits in on the Prism. Likewise, you can see the Prism rotate from bot lane to mid. Warping in more DTs. The Prism is going to get caught though. It's spotted. Warping in extra Dark Templar is a big sign of things to come. Dark checking his vision. He did see the gateway explosion. But Gerald's expanding. Gerald, he's taking another base. Despite going up to 8 gateways, he's not using them. Okay, now he is. Now he is. But he's expanding. This tells us that he does plan on maybe having a longer game here, but again, he invested so heavily into all these gateways that he delays his forge, delays his upgrades, delays third base is late. Third base is late as well. Like, everything is delayed in favor of this. Like, we gotta commit. But again, the longer this goes on, the better it is for Dark. Dark massing out more Hydras. He has a proper wall set up as well. We've seen him wall off against Rebellion. That's a lot of Hydras. And the all-in has arrived. But again, Dark, he read this so well. I say he read this, he just scattered, right? He saw everything. He saw the gateways. He knows. He's aware of the all-in. Gerald, he does rotate over towards top side. Dark, he does see the rotation. He's keeping up. Oh, God, Prism under fire. Prism is under fire. Dark, he will not just hold from here. Do we drone? Do we tech up into lair? Remember, there's no lair. There's no lair behind this, so no lurker tech, no nothing. Dark, he may just turn this defense into an offense. And he sees. He just scattered. He saw the base. He's going for it. He's going for the expansion. Dark, he leaves nothing. He sends everything. This is so risky. Do we go for the base trade? The base trade would be ideal here. Gerald moving in. He does not see the rotation, does not see the army. He does poke in, but there are some reinforcements, and that is enough to deter. Gerald, he doesn't know how much is behind this. And here comes Dark with a massive counterattack. There's the recall. Does recall back home. And that is going to be enough. At the same time, Dark pushing right down mid instead. And the army, I mean, Gerald, he's being pulled apart. Gerald, he defends the southern base. Dark, he rocks up. No shield battery. No shield battery. No defensive position whatsoever. Cybercourt. Twilight Counter goes down. Ooh, no detection. Defensive DTs. That will defend. Does hold. There's nothing here. But Dark, he's racing back home. DTs are enough of a deterrent. Dark, this base is vulnerable. Does Kai well, though. Oh, and yeah, now he's realized. He realized that he can defend with this. And this is giving time for Gerald to build up that center base. As now there is detection. Hydras, they do start to step in. They start to step forward. Colossus has arrived. And that's going to be 20 workers going down. Yeah, and with that, Dark, he should just snowball out of control here. Should just snowball, pushing into both bases, pushing into both lanes. And Gerald, he gets punished for the failed all-in. Does get punished. Dark breaking out. Takes down the robo, takes down the expansions, and Gerald, he has nothing left here. Sure, he has a couple of Colossus, but again, he just has no economy. And he cannot sustain. Is this a live game? It should be in the title of the stream. Replay cast. Should be in the title. It is replays. Dark pulls away, takes down both bases, the natural and the third. Takes down both expansions. And Gerald's all in. Geralt, at this point, he is completely all in. He's all in, Pappy, all in. And let's see what Gerald can accomplish. Meanwhile, Spire is done, and here comes the answer to the Colossus. What's the answer? Not Hydras, not Lurkers, it is Scourge. We've seen this quite often here, a Hydra Scourge as a composition against Colossus-based play, which is also why I'm a little bit surprised to see Colossus, to be honest. We didn't see them against Young Yakov. We're seeing them here. They're a nice band-aid solution, but not the ideal solution here. As Scourge, they're going to be coming in from behind. They collapse on the army. And there's no answer. It takes down all 3 Colossus. The Colossus, they do nothing against the Scourge. And Dark, he snowballs out of control. And again, Gerald, there's no economy. There's no economy behind this. There's no sustain, no nothing. With that, Gerald, he has to back off. He has to retreat. And again, we're lacking shield batteries. There are a couple of force fields, a couple of sentries available. They can hold the line for a time. Can hold the Jesus. And imagine some storms. Unfortunately, right, like we did go Colossus, but our storms would be beautiful here. Colossus, they kite back. And Hydras, they bust in. They break on through. The swarm has arrived. Let's go. So stepping in, breaking through the Colossus. We have Lurker tech behind this, but there's no need. There's no need. The force field, sure, they buy some time, but there's no real way to make use of that. GG gets called in. Dark, he will overwhelm. Dark, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Here we go. One supply Hydras are nuts. Oh, if you recall, I should emphasize once again, these have been failed all-ins from both Geralt and Rebellion. So, I mean, again, both times we saw Dark scout, both times we saw Dark react very well to it, and both times, regardless of whether he was making Hydras or even like Roach-based play as a StarCraft 2 Zerg player, Dark should have had enough to hold, to defend, to snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. I mean, again, that's the difficult thing about going for an all-in like that. We saw Geralt recognize that the all-in was going to fail. He tried to transition out of it, but there's a reason why we call it all-ins, is because you do invest so heavily into your army, less so into economy, into your tech, into upgrades. Everything else falls by the wayside, and that's why things can look so overwhelming there. We saw that from the side of Rebellion and from Geralt as well. Trying to transition out of these all-ins is difficult, to say the least. Quite difficult. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Abyssal Reef. Oh, okay. And for the first time, Dark, he does not pick Zerg. He lands on Zerg. But game 2 was random. For those that are curious, here in game 2, this is random. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the Brood War Protoss. Representing Streamer Zone, it is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the random player, but he does land on his main race. Smirch. The SE2 Zerg, it is Gerald, it is Dark. Leading the series 1-0. Let's go. Let us go. So here, coming into game 2 with SE2, Dark, he did pick random. Bearing in mind, this means that Geralt, yep, that's why he's setting up on the high ground. Unfortunately, Geralt, he doesn't really know what he's up against, so he has to probe scout to figure out if he's up against Terran, Zerg, or Protoss. So first things first, Geralt has to recognize what he's up against before he can really commit to his setup and commit to his build as hard. So you have the low ground, sorry, the high ground setup. That means that the low ground is going to be that much more exposed, that much more vulnerable. Probe is moving in. Here we go. Tantos. Tantos. Mucho. Yeah, the visual. For sure. It's something that we missed in SE2, unfortunately. Smirch. As Geralt, he does confirm, Scout does confirm that Dark has rolled and landed on Zerg. So he is aware. He is now aware. Likewise, behind this, going for his own 2-gate opener. Zealot's rallying across the map. Again, I'm just mainly concerned about the low ground wall off, or the lack of wall here, as we have Ling speed on the way for Dark. Dark this time not going gasless, going for a standard hatch gas pool into Ling speed. Ling production has begun, and we'll see if Dark stops. I'll be honest, without a wall off here, with a delayed wall, Dark, okay, we're not going for a Ling Flood, we're going for a Roach Rush. Regardless, all in. It's Dark's turn. It's not, after that last game, Dark is like, no. Let me show you how to all in, papi. Let's go, as we're not joining. So Dark, he cuts workers at 20. He is Ling Flooding, and he's going to be reinforcing with Roaches behind this as well. And again, the wall here is delayed because of the random that Dark played. Usually, this pylon, this cybercore, these gateways, usually this production is here on the low ground, but because Gerald didn't know what he was playing against, it's not here. It's not here, it's not available. Now going into Citadel, going into Zealot legs. Again, Gerald is working on said wall. Roach production has begun. So far the Zealots, they hold their own, true. They deter the Lings for now. They deter the Lings, they're buying some time. Dark still building up. Oh. Does build up. Does move out. Yeah, it does see the wall that's still in production. Even gets us around, but should not kill the Zealot. Yeah, Zealot does survive. And here we go. Here it comes. Now he knows. Now Geralt is aware of what's happening. Roaches are moving in. It's only Zealots to defend. We now have 2 Dragoons on the way. But no Dragoon range. Yeah, no Dragoon range here for Geralt. So these Dragoons are going to be weaker than normal because we initially were planning to go for a charge-based all-in. And here we go. Darky has arrived. Shield batteries being thrown down. Surrounds the probe. First Dragoon has arrived, but again, it's only 1 Dragoon, and the wall is going to be broken. Boys are being pulled to help hold the line. Lings are flooding in. Dark started stepping forward. Oh, it does focus down the shield battery. That's a kill. It's a kill on the shield battery. Likewise, Bile zoning away. And there are 3 Dragoons here, but only 3 Dragoons. Yeah, every probe is going to fall. We have 16 Lings on the way from across the map. Oof. Yeah, chasing down the Dragoons. We'll get 1. We'll get both. That denies those shield batteries as well. Yeah, there's 0 shield batteries left here at the natural. Down to 1 Dragoon. Behind this, making more charge loss, doing what we can. Oh no, get out of here. Dragoon being chased down. Yeah, there's almost nothing left here. I mean, the Zealots, they will help reinforce, but the pylons are under fire. Roach Ravager is a little bit exposed. A little bit. Ravager is exposed. 17 probes. Oh no, the Dragoon! Dragoon gets trapped. It gets trapped. Does not go down. Barely not, but GG gets called. There's just nothing left, and Dark, he will overwhelm. He will claim game number 2 and take a further lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Dark, he will extend his lead. Again, this was the first game that Dark did pick random and was quite influential when it came to the game itself. And now we are getting ready for game number 3. Now, bear this in mind. Here in KungFu Cup, we do things a little bit different. Game 1, Brood War versus SC2. Game 2, the roles are reversed. Game 3, Brood War versus Brood War. Here we go. We're jumping into game 3. We're jumping into Sylphid, and we'll see if we can fight back and extend the series here. Let's go. Now, coming into this game 3, Dark is picking Zerg. He's picking Zerg. So game 1 was Zerg, game 2 was random, game 3 is also Zerg, and here we go. Spawning in the top left, in the top side of Sylphid, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss, the Brutal Protoss for Streamer Zone, Gerald. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the Brood War Zerg player, the blue Zerg. It is from South Korea, Dark. See someone in the chat, why is there a Dragoon here? Welcome, this is not StarCraft 2, it is in StarCraft 2, this is a mod. Welcome, this is a mod, that brings together Brood War versus StarCraft 2, this is StarCraft Evolution. But here in this tournament for Game 3 in the Grand Finals, we do actually force Brood War versus Brood War, a more unique dynamic. This mod is not balanced for this version of the game. The mod is not balanced for Brood War races to play against each other. It is only balanced for Brood War versus SC2, but there's just something unique here for KungFu Cup. Is something unique. Custom map, you can play it yourself. Yes, you can. It is all available in the arcade of StarCraft 2, and I believe there is a beta version of the latter. I don't think it's fully released yet, but there is a beta version of the latter to be able to like queue up and to play against other opponents in StarCraft 2. As Gerald does open up 2 gates, and meanwhile we do see Dark going hatch gas pool. So standard opening out of Dark. Dark with the Overlord Scout, he will come across Gerald's spawn location. He will find him. As a reminder, this is a 3-player spawn map, and based on the Overlord pathing, Gerald knows. Gerald, he also knows the location of Dark. So they do scout each other. We are opening up a double Zealot. Unranked matchmaking beta. Yeah. Yeah, I say ladder. There is a beta version of matchmaking. That's maybe a better way of putting it. For sure. Personally, I look forward to it coming to full release. I do look forward to it. As Gerald, he does rush across the map with his initial Zealots, and likewise does have 2 more Zealots on the way. So non-stop Zealot production here from Gerald. Does power walk across the map. Behind this Dark, he's amassing Lings. No sunken colony yet, so it's going to be a purely Ling defense from Dark. Again, trying to bait the army further onto creep. Does come in for this round, he gets 1! Yeah, 1 Zealot gets surrounded, very nice catch. A probe goes down, and the final Zealot also gets locked down. Ay. Yeah, brutal start here for Gerald. He has to pull away. He still has more Zealots rallying across the map. And Dark is moving in. He is moving in behind this Dark. He doesn't pull out of gases. Takes the second gas geyser and going for a Hydra Den. Going into Ling Hydra. Dark rallying in. Oh, and he gets us around just in time. Takes out another Zealot. Didn't get back home in time. Didn't make it. I love the bipedal Lings, by the way. Every time. Beautiful. Oh my god, they're so fast. As there's still 1 more Zealot out in the open. Is going to delay some mining here and disrupt some of the economy. At least some of it. Alas gets surrounded as well. And we have Hydra speed on the way. Dark, he is not droning too hard. He's actually already making Hydras. And it does seem like Dark, he intends on being the aggressor once again, going into Ling Hydra, already moving out across the map. Back at home, Gerald, he is building up towards a Forge, +1. Building up still more Zealots. Has a Dragoon to deter any kind of scouting with the Overlord, but still focusing on Zealot production. Likewise, no Dragoon range. Once again, going for the Citadel, going for what looks to be a 2-base Zealot all-in. A 2-base Speedlord all-in. So getting them ready. Feels weird not calling them charge lots, but it also feels wrong to call them charge lots because they don't really have charge. It's different. they're just faster. Just speedy boys. As Dark, he did cut workers at 27. 0 scouting from Gerald. He has no idea what's going on. And Dark, he is amassing purely Ling Hydras, going for his own all-in. Dark, he will ideally hit first. Gerald, though, he does move out. Dark coming for this round. Oh, does come in. And he will catch 1 of these Zealots. I say 1, does catch most of them. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Zealots going to be going down. They get caught out in the open. A 4th Zealot falls as well. And Dark is now within range of the gateways. Yeah, the first gateway is going to fall. Getting the first. From here, I can go for the second. Oh! Knocking down that wall. The second gateway is under fire. catching out the Zell. There's just nothing here. Again, there's a shield battery, but he gets zoned away. Zoned away from the shield battery. Boys are being pulled. Alas, the Dragoons, they get caught, and they're going down one after the other. The all-in is successful. This does hit first. Zell legs still in production. Gerald, he just wasn't ready for this. I mean, he didn't see it, right? He didn't see this coming ahead of time. There was no scatic from Gerald. GG, well played. And Dark, he will claim the series 3-0, becoming this week's KungFu Cup number 8 champion. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Some intense games here with Dark, whether it was defending against all-ins or committing to all-ins himself. Some very fast matches involving Dark. Personally, I really was quite fond of some of the other matches though. The other semifinals, Yang versus Gerald, if you recall, I did emphasize that we got late game for one of the first times involving Skytoss from SC2 Protoss against Brood War Zerg. Something we don't see too often. We often see shorter games like this, whether it's all-ins, failed all-ins, a lot of mid-game play. So if you are curious about longer and later games in this mod, I do recommend checking out the VODs of Young Yakov and Gerald. Likewise, we had some spicy games involving Quanta, involving Spirit as well. Some really fun PVTs were had previously, so I do recommend them. For more faster, intense games, then follow Dark. Dark against Gerald and Dark against Rebellion, as it went both ways. It wasn't just Dark committing to an all-in like this, but also Gerald and Rebellion also committing to all-ins as well. So very hyper-intensive play there from one side of the bracket, and more slower paced, longer games from the other side as well. GG well played. Regardless, congratulations to Dark for claiming the win here and for becoming our champion. And a shout out to Gerald for making it this far. Again, Gerald, he took down some big names. He took down Spirit to make it this far. I would have favored Spirit over Gerald, and they did go to the ace match, but did barely go the way of Geralt in the end. Again, I'm still reminded of that game on Fighting Spirit, where Spirit, say that too many times in a row, where Spirit did overextend with his Goliaths and took one bad fight. If you remember, like, Spirit had that game. Spirit, he was looking dominant, knocking down base after base, gaining map control, then overextended one too many times, lost his Goliaths, and then bam! Geralt right into the main of Spirit, came to the production. GG. Like, it was crazy. I do recommend it if you missed out on it, but regardless, GG. GG, well played. Oh. And with that, congratulations here. And again, this is a weekly event, but they do alternate back and forth between StarCraft Evolution and Warcraft 3 Evolution. Warcraft 3 Evolution is a different mod that does incorporate the Warcraft 3 races against StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2, so that's also like another chaotic game mode that is also being worked upon. I believe it's a smaller team. I believe a smaller team is working on Warcraft 3 Evolution because it is a little bit more rough around the edges. It's a little bit less refined, but also I would say more charming as a result, as it's a little bit more jank, but we definitely do appreciate the work that has been put into the Warcraft 3 mod as well. Do appreciate it. Regardless, if you enjoyed this event, if you want to support the maintenance and the evolution of StarCraft Evolution, you know the link in the chat, !SCEVO in the chat. You will get a link to the Patreon for Team Caprulu. Team Caprulu, they are the team that work on this mod. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes when it comes to the creating and porting maps from Brood War, when it comes to balancing the game, when it comes to adding new textures, adding new models, more importantly, to actually distinguish between StarCraft 2 and Brood War. If you didn't notice, the in-game Zealot for Brood War is different from the SE2 Zealot. The Zergling, the Hydra, almost all units have been redone and repurposed in some way, again, to distinguish them from their StarCraft 2 counterpart. Does make them more unique and does make them look more like their original Brood War forms, which I do appreciate. it. It does look really cool, and almost makes me wish that we had them as actual skins in game that we can use like on the ladder and stuff. But yeah, you know how it is. Because it looks really cool. Again, a lot of work and effort, not just into the units but into the building models as well. With that, GG. With that, GG, well played. A bit of a shorter broadcast this morning, which I'm more than happy about, just because of what is happening later on tonight. Let us switch our scenes over and catch up on our schedule. Again, we cast StarCraft here on a daily basis, and we just wrapped up with our morning Friday cast of the KungFu Cup. Now, originally, we were scheduled to cast Little League Cup this evening. As you can see, Little League Cup, 7 p.m. KST, that is 8 p.m. AEST, that is in 7 hours. In 7 hours time, we were going to cast Little League Cup, but what I will say is I think we might reschedule the reason for this, for those who are unaware, I'm playing in a show match. It was officially announced I'm playing in the Big Brain Bouts later on tonight. It is going to be at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. here my time, 1 a.m. KST, and it's going to be what's like 6 p.m. CEST, I think 6 p.m. in Europe. The time zones are out there, but I'm going to be competing in the Big Brain Bouts, and that is going to be after Little League Cup would have been. So technically I could cast Little League Cup and then have like a small break and then compete, but I do want to show some good games. I want to be in form, and we did make the decision to postpone Little League Cup, to reschedule it as a broadcast, just so I can get some rest, get some sleep, ladder, practice, and get ready for the show match. I haven't competed since 2019. It has been almost 6 years. It's crazy since I've played in a tournament, because I've just been casting full time since then. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a blast, I'm sure. I'm a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous about it. Again, I haven't played in a proper tournament setting in a very since 2019. It's on my Wikipedia page. So it's been a long time, and for those that are curious, it's going to be a caster showdown. It has been officially announced. Build Scouts and you'll win. True. Has been officially announced. I'm going to be playing and competing against Zombie Grub. So it's going to be a caster showdown, Light versus Zombie Grub. Let's go. Zombie Grub plays Terran, and shout out to Pi. Pi, he's a Polish Zerg player, and actually Pi had a show match with Zombie Grub like 2 months ago ish, like 2-3 months ago. He was like, Papi, I got you, and he linked me the VOD, and so I'm not really too familiar with I wasn't too familiar with Zombie Grub's play. Yeah, it's oh boy. It was nothing but proxies and nothing but mech. It was like BC openers, it was proxy Raxes, it was Hellion Rumbys and Hellbat battle mech, and siege line. So it is most likely going to be Zerg versus Mech tonight, and I will do my best. My Zerg versus Mech is not amazing, I'll be honest, but I will be working on it. I'll be trying to refine some play and doing my best for tonight's show match, so look forward to that. It's going to be a blast, I'm sure. I'll try to put on some good games, put on a show. We'll see how we do. But again, that's going to be later on tonight. But again, because of that, we have decided to reschedule Little League Cup to next week. So it is a shame, just because that is the tournament that Scarlet was playing in. Scarlet did play for the first time in a long time in Little League Cup. I do want to cover that, do want to cast it, but I also want to, you know, if it's my first time competing in years, I want it to be a good one. So instead, we're going to be laddering. We're going to be practicing. I'm a little bit torn. There are some things that I want to do off stream to keep hidden. Like, I don't want to show off too much when it comes to my play. So I'm probably going to have a short ladder session just to warm up, and then I'm probably going to be doing some customs off stream, and learning some builds. Look forward to it. And again, that's going to be later on tonight for Big Brain Bouts. Oh boy. Yeah. Speaking of Scarlet, yes, the camping email. Yes. Oh god. Look. There was a game. It was game one between Scarlet and Pi. Sorry, Zombie Grub and Pi, where Zombie Grub, I think she killed like 60 drones with Hellion run-bys. It was just non-stop blue Hellion run-bys, and like Hellbat. It's crazy. So I feel for Pi. I fell for him in that series. It was a rough one to watch, but you know what? I'll try to avenge Pi. I'll do my best. Pi's a great guy. Love him. He's a big Basilisk fan, big Rainer and Cyril fan, but I'll do my best. We'll see. Discord stream, maybe like when it comes to like me doing customs and learning a build, it'll be very boring. It's literally going to be me loading up an empty custom game, doing the build and the opener, and then exiting and then doing it again over, like just iteration over and over again, just to like practice the opener and practice the build. Like that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be very boring and very dull. So I'm probably just gonna do that off stream. But yeah, I'm desperate for. Oh no, I want the boring Discord stream. You're an animal. Aye. Oh god. But I'll do that later on tonight. I also want a nap before the show match as well, because again, it's gonna be at 2 a.m. and right now it's 1 p.m. so it's in 13 hours. 13 hours time is gonna be the show match. So I'm probably going to try to sleep in between as well, but otherwise thanks for watching. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Do appreciate it. And with that, when it comes to our next broadcast should then be tomorrow. KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. KST. That's going to be 1 p.m. AEST. And we have a lot over the weekend. We have KSL. We have Hatchery Cup. We have the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. We have Sparkling Tuna Cup. We have more Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. We have a lot of content, a lot of events to cover over the weekend. And there's plenty of StarCraft. If you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the casting, then check us out over on YouTube, ! Socials in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but more importantly, the YouTube link is there as well, and also Discord, so you can interact with us outside of the stream. You can interact with us. You know what? You may have convinced me, Baby. I might do like a Discord. I might do a Discord stream later of me just doing the same opener over and over and over again, and just leaving games. I might do that. Over on Discord, but that'll be after the ladder session. But yes, that'll be over on Discord, I'm sure, at some point. And likewise, check out our YouTube channel as well, YouTube for all the VOD content. If you want to support us monetarily, we do have our Patreon, ! Patreon in the chat, and you'll get a link to our Patreon page. Again, our Patreon does fund our regular tournaments. Our weeklies and monthlies are all funded via Patreon, so thank you so much to all of our patrons out there for supporting the Ducklings and supporting the scene and supporting the players, because 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards the players and towards those tournament prize pools. So you can support our tournaments there if you wish. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. We will see you guys tomorrow for some more StarCraft, or I'll see you in 13 hours over on Rotterdam's channel for the Big Bang Bouts. If I'm allowed to, I'll stream my POV. I'll stream my POV as well, so that'll be over on light_VIP. Actually, do I stream my POV here on the CranKy Ducklings? I'll discuss with the rest of the Ducklings about that. I don't know, because usually we keep that stuff separate, but yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. I'll either be here or either on my personal channel, where Hug will be excluded. Oh no. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow or later tonight, and enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you happen to be. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, take care, Papi. Take care. Enjoy StarCraft. Try not to smudge. See you next time. Ciao, Papi. Ciao. See you next time.